You know a lot of kids.
Yeah, I'm getting a big tax return, I'm told, so I'm very happy about that.
No, well, that's good. You won't be saying you're poor then for maybe a week, and then you start saying it again.
No, well, I am poor. I'm telling you, 1.59 million poor. Just repeat after me: 1.5 million.
I'm not going to say any such thing.
No, just repeat it. It's right. So anyway, I've got to solve that problem now, which I'm working on.
So this is another telephone call on the same day. We're now at about 10:04 p.m. In the face of at least the last two calls I've played to you, I take it you accept that you're aware, as at September of 2017, of, at least in general terms, Mr Maguire's debt position.
No, absolutely, but you can also tell from my tone that I am chiding him for always obsessing about this, yeah.
But isn't part of the context of these calls the fact that Mr Maguire is giving consideration to retiring from Parliament in 2019?
That would be a matter for him. I can't surmise that.
Well, it's not just a matter for him, it's something that you and he discussed from time to time, is that right?
Discussed what specifically?
Well, discussed the question of whether Mr Maguire would retire from Parliament in 2019.
Certainly, but that was his decision-making around that was for him. Yeah.
Well, his decision-making might have been for him, but it certainly affected you.
Not the finances, no, it did not.
Well,
I think I made that point before, and I'll make it again.
Well, whether or not he resigned certainly affected you, is that right?
Of course, but it also affected me because I would need to find a candidate and make sure politically that we held on to the seat. So there was a number of factors to consider.
No, but not just professionally, it would affect you personally as well, because that may have affected whether or not your relationship with him was going to be made public.
Potentially. That's on the basis that he was being truthful to me at the time.
Are you trying to downplay your relationship with Mr Maguire?
No, I'm just saying that I don't like to hypothesise on what may or may not have happened. Because I don't know, because given what I know now, he may not have been truthful to me at the time.
But as at 2017, you agree that you had a close personal relationship with Mr Maguire, is that right?
That's correct. And
you had hoped, at least at that point in time, that that relationship might be able to develop into something that might be a publicly known relationship, is that right?
Potentially.
So, and that's something you discussed with him from time to time, is that right?
Yes, but I also want to say, Mr Robertson, given what's transpired, I can't assume that he was truthful with me at that time.
But relevant to the question of whether Mr Maguire would resign in 2019 was his financial position as you understood it, is that right? In other words,
as far as he was concerned, potentially, but that's what he told me. I don't know if that was the case. That's what he implied, but I can't surmise what he was thinking.